marketing as an independent function in my head doesn't make too much sense, quite honestly, because marketing exists to solve business problems, right? And the best way to kind of go about solving those business problems is by having a very deep sense of connection with other functions, whether it's sales, finance, product development, engineering. So I feel marketing as an independent function is a lot less effective. I don't even know if it exists in too many companies, but I feel it's marketing is most powerful when there is a deep understanding of the business problem within the marketing team. And then there's a sense of consensus around how you go about defining what your uh, big bets are in terms of business issues, and then resolving those or solving for those from a creative standpoint or from a marketing standpoint. So for me, independence in marketing is not quite very exciting. The biggest element of this is to hire right. To kind of hire people not just for degrees and educational qualifications, but I think hiring for attitude and a certain mindset is what's important. And once you've got the team in place, there are several things that you can kind of do to help them continuously grow. And so I would kind of say the top three for me would basically be number one would basically be to encourage people to question and to challenge assumptions, challenge even what you might be saying as a leader to the team, and allowing them to kind of be curious. So I think curiosity and encouraging people to question and challenge is the first. The second one would be to embrace and being open-minded as a leader, and encouraging that culturally within the organization is something very important. And I think as a leader, it's important to be open to changing even your own opinion based on the information or the opinions that team leaders or their team members might share. And it's critical that you kind of adapt your own point of view depending on rationals being presented. So I think that allows people to also, continuously research or develop their own point of view, and then being kind of expressing those points of view in meetings is kind of critical. And lastly, I would think it's important for people to be given the opportunity to practice decision making, literally helping them build their confidence, allowing them to kind of take decisions. And this could be starting with very small decisions independently, and gradually kind of allowing them to kind of make more significant choices as they grow in the organization. Because eventually, for independent thinking to be strong and to be pervasive, it's important people develop a gut sense. And guts work best when you've kind of used it often enough. So I think giving people the opportunity to kind of take decisions, and giving them the credit and the air cover of that decision making is something which I feel is critical. So I would think these three things would kind of allow people to become independent thinkers. When you think about marketing as an independent function and making the final call on how you solve for a problem, or the creative solve or the product solve, if that's what it means, I think that's great. Because, like they say, a camel is a horse made by a committee. And so to have too many people inputting into the final output of either a product or a creative solve is not helpful. So I think the strength really would be, you as a team being able to kind of make the final call. So I would think that's the big strength. The weakness obviously is, as an independent function, you need to, I think, embrace the business challenges of what the rest of the organization is trying to do as well, and to kind of incorporate that in the way you're defining and developing your objective that you're kind of solving for is important. So yeah, so I would kind of really say the strength and the opportunity lies in being able to kind of independently take decisions and put out marketing solves. But quite honestly, I'm not a big fan of simply keeping marketing as an independent function where it doesn't really interact with the rest of the organization and runs on its own. I don't think that's super helpful or allows for effective organizations.